Welcome back to our channel, Valuable Coins Hub. These rare Lincoln penny coins make people rich. Let's find out why. Don't miss out one of these who know a single coin make you rich. Number 1. Today, I want to share with you something truly fascinating. Something that every coin collector and treasure hunter should pay attention to. We're talking about the 2009 United States 1-cent coin, better known as the Lincoln Professional Life Cent. This coin isn't just a small piece of change. It's a part of American history, a collectible that carries stories of Abraham Lincoln's journey, and for many collectors it has become a must-have treasure. Now, why is this coin so unique? In 2009, the United States Mint released 4 special designs to honor the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Each coin tells a different chapter of his life. The professional life design represents his years in Illinois as a lawyer and politician, a time when Lincoln was shaping his ideas, his career, and eventually his path toward becoming president. This makes the coin far more than just currency. It's a symbol of ambition and leadership. On the front, you still have the classic portrait of Lincoln that we all know, but it's the reverse side that excites collectors. There you see a young Lincoln standing tall in front of the state capitol in Springfield, Illinois. This image captures the turning point of his professional life, and holding one of these coins almost feels like holding a piece of that story in your hands. Now, you might wonder, if millions were made, what makes this coin special for collectors today? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and most importantly, minting errors. Coins that were struck off-center, with double dies, or with unusual metal flaws have become the real hidden gems. Some collectors have reported finding Lincoln Professional Life Cents with doubled lettering or weak strikes. And these errors turn an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. Collectors love these mistakes because they are rare, unique, and often one of a kind. Another thing that makes these coins exciting is how many people overlooked them when they first came out. In 2009, they were released into everyday circulation, and many folks spent them without even realizing their importance. But those who saved crisp, shiny, uncirculated examples back then are now sitting on coins that collectors are eagerly hunting for today. So here's a tip for every collector watching. Always check the details of your coin under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the words, check the edges, and examine the shine and luster. Even a small minting flaw could mean you're holding something worth far more than just a cent. And if you can get your hands on a coin that has been graded and certified in top condition, the demand is even higher. It's amazing to think how something so small can carry such great value. And the best part is, these coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered in jars, collections, or even pocket change. The thrill of finding one in perfect condition or with a rare error is what makes this hobby so exciting and keeps collectors searching non-stop. And now for the part that everyone waits for. The original market value of this coin when it was first released was just 1 cent. That's right, just a penny. Imagine something that once bought you a gumball now being worth hundreds or even thousands in the collector's market today, depending on its rarity and errors. Some examples in auctions across the country have shocked people with their selling prices, all starting from that simple 1-cent beginning. So treasure hunters, don't underestimate the power of a penny. The 2009 Lincoln Professional Life Cent is more than just a coin. It's a story, it's history, and it could be your hidden fortune if you pay close attention. Number 2, we are diving into a coin that many people overlook. Yet it hides an incredible story and potential value that could surprise any collector. We are talking about the 1966 Lincoln Cent, a penny that might seem ordinary at first glance. But when you discover its history, rarity, and errors, you will realize why it has become a treasure for coin lovers everywhere. So don't miss a single detail in this video, because what I am about to share might be the reason you start checking every single penny that passes through your hands. The year 1966 was unusual in American coinage history, and this penny is a direct reflection of that moment in time. Back then, the U.S. Mint was struggling with coin shortages and making massive changes to how coins were produced, including the removal of silver from dimes and quarters. But for collectors, the most striking fact is that in 1966, the Mint stopped using mint marks altogether. So every Lincoln cent from that year looks the same whether it came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. That small detail makes 1966 coins very different from most other years, And collectors know that uniqueness always adds interest and demand. Now, when we think about condition, this is where rarity comes alive. Most 1966 pennies were heavily circulated, spent in everyday life, and today they are worn, scratched, and dull. But the ones that survived in brilliant, uncirculated condition with their original red luster are highly prized. Collectors know that original shine is the key, and coins preserved in that state are extremely hard to find today. But what excites collectors even more are the minting errors that occurred in 1966. Imagine discovering a Lincoln cent that was struck off-center, leaving part of the design missing, or finding a double die where the date or letters appear doubled with the naked eye. These double die errors are among the most famous because they stand out clearly and instantly make a coin rare and valuable. Other amazing finds include clipped planchets where a piece of the edge is cut off, or coins with weak strikes where parts of the design are faint. Each of these mistakes makes the coin unique, and collectors will compete fiercely in auctions to own them. This is why you must pay close attention to every detail of a coin in your collection. A small difference that most people overlook could mean you are holding something rare and expensive. Use a magnifying glass, tilt the coin under light, and always check the lettering, numbers, and edges carefully. Many of the great discoveries happen because a collector simply looked closer than anyone else. Another tip is to watch coin shows and estate auctions. I have seen stories where a box of old pennies was sold in Chicago or New York, and inside it someone discovered a rare 1966 error cent that went on to fetch a much higher price than anyone expected. These coins are hiding everywhere, and the thrill of finding one is what keeps collectors searching day after day. Just imagine the excitement of pulling a bright, flawless 1966 penny from a jar that has been sitting in your family's home for decades. That moment when you realize you've uncovered a piece of American history that is not only beautiful but rare and valuable is something that every collector dreams about. And that is exactly why the 1966 Lincoln cent continues to attract so much attention in the coin collecting world. And now for the part everyone waits for. The original market value of this coin when it was released was just 1 cent. Yes, only a penny. Yet today, in top condition or with rare errors, it has been known to sell for astonishing amounts at auctions across the country. So never underestimate a coin that looks simple and ordinary at first, because the 1966 Lincoln cent proves that even a penny can turn into a treasure. Keep your eyes open. Keep checking your change, and you might just discover the next great find that every collector dreams about. Number 3. I want to tell you about a coin that so many people pass by without even thinking, but collectors know it carries secrets and surprises. We're talking about the 1978 Lincoln cent, the humble 1-cent coin from the United States that has become a fascinating piece for treasure hunters and collectors all over the world. Stay with me until the very end because I will reveal how this coin, which started as the smallest piece of change in your pocket, can actually hold extraordinary value when you know what to look for. The year 1978 was the second to last year before the Lincoln cent would undergo a major transformation. Just 1 year later, in 1979, the mint would begin experimenting with small details, and later, by 1982, the entire composition of the coin would change from solid copper to copper-plated zinc. That makes the 1978 cent one of the last full copper Lincoln cents, and collectors know that full copper coins carry a unique charm, a richness in tone and weight that later pennies simply don't have. On the obverse, you see the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, still crisp and bold after decades. On the reverse, you have the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo, which was first introduced in 1959 to honor Lincoln's 150th birthday. Every detail of the memorial is sharp enough that if you look closely under magnification, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial itself, a detail that never fails to impress collectors. Now let's talk rarity, because this is where things get thrilling. The U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of these coins in 1978, so yes, they are common in worn condition, but the true treasures are the ones that survive in pristine uncirculated condition with that blazing red copper luster. Coins like this are getting harder and harder to find because most were used in everyday circulation, tossed in pockets, purses, and jars for years, but the examples that look fresh and untouched are the ones collectors fight to own. Even more exciting are the errors that appeared on some 1978 Lincoln cents. Imagine finding one with a double die error where the date or the words Liberty and In God We Trust show a clear doubling. These kinds of errors are dramatic, rare, and instantly increase the value of the coin. There are also off-center strikes where the design is missing part of the edge, and even die breaks where cracks in the die created raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin surface. Every single one of these errors turns an ordinary cent into something truly extraordinary, and when they appear at auctions in places like Chicago or New York, the bidding can get very intense. Here's a tip for every collector watching this right now. Always check your coins in good light and with a magnifying glass. Don't rush past a penny thinking it's worthless, because the tiniest flaw could be your ticket to an incredible discovery. Look carefully at the lettering, check the edges, and pay attention to the shine. A 1978 cent with full original luster, no scratches, and a rare error could be the kind of find that makes your collection stand out. And think about the thrill of searching through an old box of coins from a family member, or even a jar of change you've had sitting around for years, and suddenly spotting a flawless 1978 cent. The excitement of realizing you've just found a rare survivor from over 4 decades ago is something every collector dreams about. And it's exactly why coin collecting never loses its magic. Now for the part you've been waiting for. The original market value of this coin when it was first released was just 1 cent. That's right, only a penny. Yet today, depending on condition and errors, these coins have sold at auctions for amounts that would have stunned anyone back in 1978. So never underestimate the power of a small coin. The 1978 Lincoln cent is more than just copper. It's history, it's rarity, and for collectors it's an exciting chase that never gets old. Number 4. Let's dive into the fascinating story of the 1983 Lincoln cent. A coin that at first glance might look ordinary, but for collectors it hides some of the most thrilling surprises in the entire world of US coins. If you love coins, or if you're just curious about how a simple penny can become a rare treasure, stay with me until the end, because this journey through the uniqueness, the errors, and the high demand of the 1983 penny will keep you on the edge of your seat. The Lincoln cent of 1983 carries more history than you might imagine. Just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the penny from mostly copper to a copper-plated zinc planchet. That change might not sound like much, but it gave birth to one of the most collectible and mysterious years in penny history. Coins from 1983 were supposed to all be struck on the new zinc planchets. But as coin lovers know, the Mint doesn't always get everything perfect, and that's where the excitement begins. Imagine finding a 1983 penny that wasn't struck on zinc, but instead on one of the leftover copper planchets from 1982. That tiny slip by the Mint created a legendary rarity that collectors dream of owning. These coins weigh slightly more than the regular zinc cents, and just that difference makes them stand out to experts and sharp-eyed collectors. A simple kitchen scale can be all it takes to spot a treasure hiding in your pocket change. But the excitement doesn't stop there. The 1983 penny is also famous for its incredible double die errors. The most well-known is the 1983 double die reverse, where the words in the design appear doubled, especially noticeable in 1 cent and E pluribus unum. Collectors hunt tirelessly for this variety because it can turn an ordinary cent into a valuable piece of American coinage history. And let me tell you, these aren't just curiosities. They are highly sought after in auctions and private sales, with bidding wars breaking out among serious collectors eager to add one to their collection. Think about it for a moment. A penny that was once spent on a gumball or tossed into a jar can now command massive attention and respect in the coin world. This is why the 1983 cent is a coin every collector pays special attention to. It's not just about its face value, it's about the chance that your coin could be the rare one everyone else is searching for. For collectors, the 1983 penny teaches a valuable lesson. Always check your coins carefully. A magnifying glass and a little patience can open doors to treasures hiding in plain sight. Weighing your coins, looking for double dies, and studying every detail are the keys to success. Many collectors started their journey with a simple penny like this and found themselves holding something far rarer than they ever imagined. The thrill of the hunt is what keeps collectors passionate, and the 1983 Lincoln cent is a perfect coin to fuel that passion. The beauty of this hobby is that treasures can appear anywhere. Imagine someone in New York or Los Angeles finding a double die cent in their change and later selling it at a major auction. Or a collector in Chicago discovering a copper planchet 1983 cent and watching bidders compete for it at astonishing prices. These stories aren't myths. They are real examples of how small coins create big excitement. So if you're a collector or even someone who just likes to check coins casually, don't underestimate the power of the 1983 penny. Its history, its errors, and its incredible rarity make it one of the most thrilling coins in modern U.S. history. The next time you come across one, look closer, because it could change your view of pocket change forever. Number 5 and last expensive penny. Let's step into the world of coins and talk about a treasure that still hides in plain sight, the United States Lincoln cent from 1963. At first glance, it looks like a simple penny, but today I'll tell you about its uniqueness, the errors that make it rare, and why collectors are chasing after this coin with such passion. So stay tuned, because you don't want to miss a single detail about this special 1-cent piece. The 1963 Lincoln penny belongs to a fascinating chapter of American coinage. Struck with 95% copper, this coin has that heavy, solid feel that newer coins just can't match. It was one of the last years before changes began in U.S. coin production, making it stand out for collectors who love that deep red luster and old-style copper quality. Holding it in your hand, you can feel the history and authenticity that modern pennies lost over time. But what really excites collectors are the rare errors that turned ordinary 1963 pennies into valuable prizes. Some of these coins have double die errors, where the date or the letters on Liberty and In God We Trust look doubled under magnification, giving them an unmistakable character. Others are found with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks, and every one of these mistakes makes the coin unique. Imagine pulling a coin like that from a coin jar today. What a thrill that would be! Collectors often say that finding a 1963 error penny feels like discovering hidden treasure in your own backyard. In major auctions across cities like New York, Dallas, and Chicago, examples of these coins have already sold for strong prices, proving how much demand there is for them. And the best part is, you don't need to be a professional dealer to spot one. You just need patience, curiosity, and a sharp eye. For collectors who want to build their collection wisely, the 1963 Lincoln cent is a must-have. Not only does it carry that all-copper composition, but it also connects you to an important period in American history. Think about it, this was one of the last pennies made before the tragic year of 1964, before the nation changed forever with the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Owning a 1963 cent is like holding a piece of the calm before history shifted. So here's a tip for you. Never pass by rolls of old pennies without checking them carefully. Take a magnifying glass and look closely at the date and the words on the coin, because even the smallest doubling can make it highly collectible. Keep an eye on the rims too, because clipped planchets or off-center strikes often show up there. And always remember, condition matters, so protect your coins. Keep them stored properly and never clean them, because natural surfaces are worth far more to serious collectors. Just imagine this. A coin collector in California discovers a shiny red 1963 double-die penny and sells it at an auction where multiple buyers compete to take it home. Or someone in Ohio finds an off-center strike that ends up being the highlight of their collection. These stories are real, and they prove that treasures are still out there waiting to be found by anyone willing to look. The 1963 Lincoln penny might be small, but it carries with it history, artistry, and potential value that far surpass its size. So the next time you see one, don't overlook it. Take a moment to study it, because this coin could be far more than just a cent. The thrill of collecting is about the hunt, the discovery, and the joy of finding something rare where you least expect it. If you enjoyed diving into the story of this amazing 1963 Lincoln penny, make sure you hit that like button, because it really helps us bring more coin adventures your way. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on the next rare coin discovery that could be hiding right in your pocket change. And of course, tap the notification bell so you'll be the very first to know when we drop new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next one. And until then, happy collecting!